Hello, I'm Daria Shields. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you a recipe of a really amazing salad. I love it very much, and I created this recipe while living in India because I had things like coconut, figs, really accessible, and ginger, of course. So it's a very simple recipe, great addition again to any dinner really, and fantastic way of introducing amazing properties that lie within vegetables and various different foods that we're going to be using in this salad. So beetroots, I'm from Poland originally, so beetroots are very popular in my country, and I've grew up eating beetroot salads, drinking beetroot juice, or also borscht, just one of the soups that is now worldwide known. But it is, like, from this part of the world where I'm from, and eaten very often. So beetroot has loads of health properties. One of the most important things for me personally is that it contains nitrates. And nitrates allow our vascular system to open up, and therefore there is a better supply of blood moving throughout the body. And I find, especially in this moment in time, this is something very important. Including this particular food can really help many people, especially if somebody struggles with cardiovascular health, any heart problems. Fantastic also for people that exercise a lot or are professional when it comes to sports. Beetroot juice or eating beetroot really improves the performance because of that very reason. It's very energetic as well when it comes to what it delivers, but because of the nitrates, it helps the blood to move and circulate better within our body, and improves the oxygenation of the blood also. The other very important thing is that it supports and protects our liver from free radical damage. And that's, again, one of the properties that can serve us very well living in today's world where we are exposed to a lot of free radicals. Plus we live, very often under quite a lot of stress. So including this particular vegetable in your diet will be something really good to do. And finding a ways to make it really delicious, it's even better. And I tell you why, because when I moved to Ireland and when I got together with my husband, he absolutely despised beetroot. And when I started to cook with it differently, because he actually known it only from, preserved beetroot in a jar, when I was cooking with different dishes with beetroot, he really, started to understand it differently, and at the moment, he absolutely loves it. So I hope that encourages you to try. So I tell you, a little bit about the other ingredients. So again, beetroot. We're gonna use some orange juice and orange zest. And again, orange zest will have quite a lot of important phytochemicals. And as the lemon, it will contain limonin that supports the detoxification in the liver. We're going to use some ginger. And, ginger became very popular these days, and it's a fantastic herb to use because it lowers inflammation and improves our digestion. It raises, it's kind of, makes the foods easier to digest and assimilate the nutrients also. So fantastic spice to use in cooking and salads and whichever else. We're going to use coconut. So this is, shavings of coconut. Obviously, it's much harder when I'm here in Ireland now to get the fresh coconut. But the shavings are absolutely fantastic. These are raw shavings of coconut. So we're going to use that. And I have some dry figs in here. And again, coconut, great source of healthy fats and a lot of fiber. Figs are absolutely fantastic. So figs contain quite a lot of minerals, like magnesium and calcium, in very large quantities. Eating 3 figs a day will give you the sufficient amount of calcium that you need for the day. So So I really encourage you to use that. And they are a fantastic snack. Instead of, eating chocolate, like figs are really, really amazing as a sweet, as a side for your cup of coffee in the day. But you can use them in cooking, you can use them in salads. They're very, very versatile. Also, what we're going to use is toasted sesame seed oil, which has a very warming quality. That's gold in India. People really love the sesame seed. It means a lot to them in their culture. So we're going to use this, and also we're gonna spice it up a bit and use some cinnamon. And cinnamon contains chromium, and chromium is really important for balancing sugars within our blood. So again, we're having a combination of various different things. When they come together, we have a lot of health properties within one salad. I also forgotten to mention that we're going to use a little bit of maple syrup for the sweetness. So what I like about the salad is that it blends a lot of different flavors together, and it makes the food really, really interesting. And when you're biting through it, you get different notes. Every couple of seconds you discover something different. So I think you will really, really enjoy it. So I have to be very strategic about this, of preparing the salad, because if I start with the beetroot, then everything will be absolutely ruined. So I'm going to do a little preparation to get all the different ingredients ready, and at the end we're going to grate the beetroot. So let's get to it. So I'm going to start with the figs. So for this, for this salad, I'm gonna use 1 beetroot, so it's not gonna be a big portion. And then, depending, how many people you are serving, you can decide for yourself, how much beetroot you're going to use. So I'm gonna start with those figs. I'm gonna get the hard little piece, the top out. I'm going to use 2 figs for this amount. It should be sufficient enough. We'll see how we get on. So I'm going to just slice it first. Okay. And now we're gonna chop it into smaller pieces. Okay, so we don't want big chunks, we just want the small little pieces, so they will really go well with the salad, and you will have these little surprises as you're biting through it. Okay. This little big chunk there. I go over it again. Perfect. Great. So I'm going to use this little plate in here and just put this little bits and pieces there. Okay. And now we get to ginger. So I'm going to, this is like sprouting ginger already. I'm gonna just chop that off, and the hard bits, and peel it. And again, depending on the individual taste, you can make it, super gingery, or just have this subtle amount of ginger, depending, how much you like it. And like with everything, if you are not a lover of ginger, try it. But if you don't like it, you can omit it. That's absolutely fine as well. So ginger is an amazing herb. It reduces dampness within our digestive systems, helps us to break down the food better. It's really, really amazing. Strongly anti-inflammatory. Great to pair it as well, with turmeric if you're cooking. They really go well together, and also ginger helps to absorb turmeric in our intestines much better. So it's all about this alchemical, principles of things. Certain things can contain something, but then other things will help us to improve the bioavailability. So this is a really great pairing, ginger and turmeric. But in this particular salad, we're going to use just ginger. Okay, so for this amount that I'm making, I'm just gonna get 3 slices of ginger, and I'm gonna chop it really, really finely. So basically this amount. And again, you can have more if you wish. So I'm gonna slice it into the little matchsticks and then chop it into the small pieces. Okay. Mind your fingers. Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. So I'm going to throw it as well in here aside. So we have all the bits and pieces ready. The last thing before I get to the beetroot, I'm going to get the orange zest before I cut it in half and use some juice for the dressing. So I'm just going to get a bit of that. I mean, the flavor of the zest is just amazing. You know, orange is fantastic. Like, I really love oranges, the flavor of oranges. But when you use zest, like, it has just this absolutely, like, amazing range of flavor. And the smell, just unreal. It's a bit like, orange is like a bit like coffee. We enjoy these smells very much for whatever reason. Okay, so we have the orange zest in here. Really beautiful as well. Like, the colors are amazing. And that's also, has a very, very strong effect on us. It's really like, helps us to raise our vibrations when we look at something that appeals to us. All different colors. And all the scents are just fantastic. Okay, so more or less we have everything ready except the beetroot. Now I'm gonna look like I murdered somebody. Okay, so we have 1 beetroot for that, and as I said to you, you can use more if you're serving the salad to more people. So let's get to it. You can also use gloves. I don't know, I just don't feel that I have a good connection with the food that I prepare if I use the gloves. So I'm always nice and colorful afterwards. Lemon juice is actually good when you're washing the beetroot juice off your hands. So that's gonna take me a little while, so be patient. Good dish for murder mystery party. It's amazing. Okay, so we have the beetroot grated, and now we can put it into a little nice bowl. And we're going to add the rest of the ingredients in. So I'm gonna use the spoon, scrape it off the board there. So it's always nice to think, in what kind of, dishes you're going to present your food, and, have a nice contrast. The red and white looks really beautiful together. So if you have a nice white bowl, it will really present very, very well. Okay. I don't want to get my fingers back into the beetroot. That's it. Get that this way. Okay. That's that. So I'm gonna just put that back. Great. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to season it. So it kind of absorbs the salt and a little bit of black pepper. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper in and mix it in. Okay. Ideally, it would be better if you have like a nice mixing bowl before you actually put it into the dish that you're going to be presenting it. I'm going to cut that. Okay. And I'm going to add some orange juice into it. Like a good squeeze. Okay. And now we're going to add our ginger and our figs. So just sprinkle around. We're going to mix it all well, but just to distribute it. And the orange zest. I'm going to leave a little bit of orange zest just to put it on top because it looks really beautiful. The beautiful orange color. Okay. Combine it all. Great. And we add as well, before I put the rest, we're going to add actually a touch of the maple syrup. I almost forgotten about it. Just a little touch. It just brings out the sweetness. And it works very well then with the acidity of the orange zest and ginger. Like it just all kind of works very, very well together. Okay. And we're gonna sprinkle some cinnamon. And look at this little tiny spoon, silver spoon. I actually got it in one of the, how do you call it? I wouldn't call it a junkyard because there's a lot of great stuff in it. But yeah, they sell like, you know, old silver cutlery as well. You can be very, very lucky. I actually was gifted that. So if you haven't been born with a silver spoon, you can just buy one or get one. So we're gonna sprinkle some of that. Great. Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, it would be definitely better to use the mixing bowl rather than what I'm doing in here. So on the top, we're going to put some coconut shavings. And I left it, you know, till the very end because I just wanted them to be still white, you know, just to get the speckles of white. Otherwise, when you mix it in, it will just absorb the pigment of beetroot. So to avoid that, we're just going to sprinkle it on top. Okay, and we're going to add a little bit of orange zest, extra orange zest on top as well. So here you are. It is really, really beautiful. All these different colors just work so well together. And the flavors are amazing. So I'm gonna just grab a fork and taste it. It's really, really delicious. just such a amazing combination of flavor. And this is what I was saying to you during the preparing the salad. It's just you're hit with all different notes, like, you know, every second as you're trying it, and it's just amazing. What I find that this particular salad works really well. I make quite a lot of stews that contain some lentils and mushrooms and kind of like, you know, a very meaty consistency and flavor. And, you know, like mashed potatoes, this salad and this type of a stew goes super well together. So I hope you try it and you love it. It's an amazing salad. And it's kind of a kind of, from my experience, when we invite people over for dinner, most of the people goes, oh my God, this is just absolutely amazing. And yeah, for me, definitely, it's one of my favorite salads. And brings the memories as well from living in India. So yeah, very, very nice. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I invite you to watch another videos on this channel, and I hope you subscribe to it. Take care of yourselves. Much love to you all, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you.